Now it is okay, online students? Is it okay, audio? నేమా ఇది వేరే విండోస్ పెట్టారు 8 కాదు ఇదేమో సిస్టమ్ స్లోగా వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు క్లిక్ చేయని 5 నిమిషాలకు ఓపెన్ అయింది కుమారే ఉందిగా ఓకే కదా సో button is submit and value we can take anything sir, that is not a problem. Now we are going to adding some input in fields. Input type equals to text and id equals to I'm taking rough names here, not meaningful names. tf1 and name equals to tb1, the text field 1, text box 1. Why different names you are going to taking sir here? We want to test a small thing sir. Yesterday I explained a special guideline. Every input field name compulsory. Every input field name compulsory, then only the data sending to server is possible. The name not available, it's unable to send to server. That point proof of these things. If I'm using the both the tf1 sir, but system showing I'm taking the tf1, how can I identify which tf1? That is id tf1 or name tf1? You can't identify that one. tf1 system showing I received the data of tf1, which is that is id or name? id is also tf1, name is also tf1. Server saying a small information, I received the data from tf1. How you are recognizing is id or name? Huh? Sorry, response here फिर से बोलो. How you say name only? On which basis? id also, who knows? That confusion elimination, I'm taking different names because first time we are testing that one. So if you take the different names, server clearly informing I received the data from tf1 or I received the data from tb1. But what are the names server displaying? As per that we can identify the user's id or the user's the name. After identification we can go for both are same names. No, మళ్ళీనా ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది సిగ్నల్. ఓకే అండి. వస్తుందంట క్లియర్గా. అసలు కొంతమంది నాటాడేవాళ్ళు, కొంతమంది వస్తుంది, కొంతమంది ఓకే మిక్స్డ్ ఆన్సర్. నేను కంటిన్యూ అంట. యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ హియర్, ఐ విల్ టేక్ ద రెస్ట్. యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ. ఇస్ ఇట్ ఓకేనా ఆడియో? చూద్దాం. So input type equals to text, ID equals to TF1 and name equals to TB1. Then I'm taking one more text box here and this is TF2 and the name is TB2. Next one more text box I'm creating here. ID equals to TF3. ID equals to TF3, but I'm not using any name here. And next one. Yeah. So total 3 text boxes we created here. 2 text box, they have ID as well as the name also. And 1 text box contains only ID, name not available. But now while sending off this data to server uses always the name attribute that I already said, and we'll get the clear proof also now that one. And what about the third attribute, sir? If it is Java program, your server is advanced Java or your server is the Spring program. What happens, sir? It's unable to collect the data from this text box. You are using backend as a Java, either Spring technology, Spring framework. Your server unable to collect the data from this text box. Reason, name attribute missing. Name attribute missing. Java technologies name compulsory. Remember that one. Other than Java, we can manage with ID attribute. Suppose I'm the .NET developer, sir. We can manage with ID. I'm PHP developer, sir. You can manage with ID, no problem. But if you are the Java developer, you have to use always name only. So out of 3 input values, 2 values are successfully handovers to server and 1 value is unable to send to server. Can you get the proof that one, sir? Yes, sir. After clicking on the submit button, just focus on the address bar. Address bar, browser address bar is there. No? Just focus on that address bar. In that address bar, what are the data traveling from client to server, or which values it is passing to server? That all values details available neatly in the address bar. That is not only our program. Even if you go for IRCTC website or Redbus website, the details are neatly visible in the address bar. Except the login scenarios. Login pages data not visible in address bar. Reasons are, login page contains your password, right? Password if you show in address bar, sir, what happens? Somebody is there here. They're just seeing your password like this. Simple then. So passwords, so OTP scenarios, verification codes, credit card pins, CVV codes. These are all are the sensible data. This sensible data, it's never displaying in the address bar and it's not going to storing in history of the browser also. Normal details always displaying in the address bar and it stores in browser history. That one we can reuse in the future also. Now we'll test this program, sir, up to these 4 lines, it's working or not. I'm taking the name for submit button. Why submit button also you are assigning names at? As per our yesterday's discussions, submit buttons also sending to server. Submit button data is also captured by the server side program. So then only I'm using the name. But what is the value of submit button, sir? Login. So this login sending to server. And these text boxes, what are the details you are given, those only sending to server. Basic code, sir, but something missing in this program. Basic code only. What it is missing? Form tag. Compulsory, huh? So write the form tag here. So form opens and form closes. Now execute this program. This is the small user interface. Just fill the details here. First box apple, second box is mango, third box is orange. Now click on login. It handovers your data to next program. Who is that program? We don't know currently. Just focus handovering completed. How many values it is handoved successfully, sir? Focus on address bar. Visible or not visible? Apple and mango. Next login also is there, Nama. Okay, I'll just copy paste this one. Wait. Observe that one carefully. So which program we call, sir? Example 47.html. And what are the data we are supplying to that program, sir? These all are the data we pass. So what is the name this one? TB1. Is it ID or name attribute? Name attribute. So name equals to value and name equals to value and name equals to value. So missing value, oranges are gone. Why, sir? This is not oranges season, it's a gone. So TB1 equals to apple and TB2 equals to mango and SB equals to login. Third text box once focus it, sir. We have the ID, name not available, but it's not utilizing the ID. Mostly used name attribute. Mostly used, especially in server-side operations, name attribute. ID is mostly used in our front-end operations. When you want to develop the JavaScript or Angular programming or React programming, we are maximum preferring to use the IDs. Server-side operations, we are mostly using names. So same style, if you open any live websites, then if you try to search something, if you try to enroll, this type of information displaying always in the address bar, except the login operations. Login operations. So recently you did any ticket bookings? Bus ticket or movie ticket, train ticket? Ticket? No, not. Which website you used recently? IRCTC. So in IRCTC homepage, what we are doing? The first page, nothing but an home page. So what we are performing in this IRCTC? From place, to place, and date of journey. From, to, and date of journey. These three values we are typing in IRCTC home page, right? Then you are clicking on find trains. You will get the list of trains. But these details visible in the address bar. If from station to station is visible in the address bar. Even if you go for Book My Show, Flipkart or Amazon, you are searching some product. No? What are the product you are trying to search, sir? The product name displaying in the address bar. Mostly we are not focusing that way, sir, because at that time we are feeling like as a users. Kada. Users, these all the things nuisance. Kada. But you have to remember one point, we are not users, we are becoming developers. So good, think like as a actually all these things I don't need to explain. You have to say because you are daily using internet, whatever it may be. Without using internet, one day you are living as a no. But we are. Who is that? You are there. My chatting purpose, mails purpose, programs checking purpose, internet you are accessing. At least you are using Google Classroom. Google Classroom, how you can access some without logging into Google account. Next one, I'm going to taking one more text box, sir. This text box contains the ID and as well as the name both. TF4 and name equals to TB4. TF4 and name equals to TB4. Both available. ID is available, name available. But this data sending to server or not sending us? Not sending. Name available, sir. Then also it's not sending. Reason, the box is prepared outside the form tag. The box was prepared outside the form tag. Outside the form tag, if you have all qualities also, no use. Because you are standing outside the form. Name available, IDs available, everything available, sir. Then also is waste only. Can you test this one also, sir? Check it. So 4 text boxes: apple, mango, orange, grapes. Or okay, grape. So login. And now check once again address bar. The same apple, same mango, and login button. So oranges are gone, grapes also gone. One reason, name not available. Another reason, standing outside. Standing outside the form tag. Same point I yesterday explained, sir, reset button. If you create any component outside the form tag, it's not clearing. Like that, if you create any component outside the form tag, it's not sending. Clearing, erasing is not possible, and sending is also not possible. So, conclusion, sir. Here we are typing the data. After completion of the data typing, I'm sitting silently like this. Browser not sending your data. So if you should inform to browser, then the information is called as knocking on the button. So submit button is just giving the instruction to browser. User data entry completed, you can hand over the data to others. That is the main. So submit button not sending the data to server. Remember that. And the next one, how the submit button is available. In the same way, we have some image button also, sir. Simple explanation, sir. Because the submit button explanations point 90%, image buttons explanations points also. Guidelines, rules, regulations, information, everything is same only. Same information, sir. I'm not writing all these steps. A single line I'm writing. Points same. Why unnecessary same points re-repeating? You can just go for the same as to submit button. But the only difference is look. But this button observed is an ordinary button, sir. Regular look, and it's an ordinary button. Just is ordinary. These ordinary buttons I don't want, sir. The hi-fi look required, sir. For the variety pictures I required instead of these routine buttons. Pictures, images available, na? Arrow symbols, tweet symbol, retweet symbol, post symbols, share symbols, something variety arrows are comes. Those all arrows are the icons. Icons we are displaying like as a submit buttons instead of these routine buttons. So image button is that is the specialization. These all points the same, sir. Every point is same. The first sentence we are good just going to sending. One point I'm adding here. Image or icon. Image or icon. We are using like as submit button. Like as submit button. Images as well as the icons we are using or we are displaying like as a submit button, sir. Then only we called as the image buttons. We know how to work with images, sir. Previous knowledge just use here and simple. Rest of points, everything is common. Syntax, sir. Type equals to image. Type equals to image. So I'm expecting image button. When you write the code like this, browser conformally asking one question. Who is your image? Name of the image required. Location of the image is also required. So second attribute also compulsory, sir. SRC equals to write the file name. I want to display the image submit button. Who is your image, sir? And this is my image. The same SRC previously we used in IMG tag. Remember? Now it will comes to input tag. So explanation that one I just finished as a simple format. Now comes down. Same points here. Mali, why writing ink waste, energy waste? Huh? Okay, see the program. Program also same, sir. Just I'm copy pasting a submit button line only. I'm changing here. Just changing the submit button line only. Rest of lines also same. Functioning same, purpose same, only appearance is the difference. Advantage same, guideline same, functioning same, usage situation is also same. Only the look is going to change. A look related single line, if you modify it, balance program, rest copy pasting only. Designing అయితే will get like this, sir. Input type equals to image, name equals to SB, value doesn't required because value plays a picture we are going to displaying, and write one of the image name. We have already some images now, so take one of that image. Otherwise, we have separately submit button designings in Google, variety buttons available. So once go to the Google. Ooh. And these are the different submit buttons. Download one of this button and use in the program. Images all are. It looked like as one paracetamol tablet. ఏదో మన హాల్స్ విక్స్ ఏదో మన కార్స్ స్టార్ట్ బటన్ అవైలబుల్. Okay, I'm taking this black color button. Copy this image. Initially image size very big size available, sir. So try to reduce a little bit size. Oh, దేవుడా. I'm just adjusting the size of the image, nothing else. So this is the name of the image. Images folder, I saved the image picture. So with the name of sb.png. These are the only 2 points I changed, sir. Rest of code I just copied from the previous program. No changes. Only one change heading. Second one is the SRC. Now run this program. This is instead of our routine gray color buttons, we can display these type of buttons. Now, this much of images not available. Arrow symbols, so tick symbols, so bending arrows, so curved arrows, so something available. So those also you can display. But anything should be in the form of image. Compulsory picture required. And here also we can type the data. The same data I'm going to typing here and click on this image, submitting to server. Same operations. So these are the three types of buttons: reset button, submit button, and image submit button. Two buttons are used for sending data to server or calling of the server program, and one button used for clearing of the input fields. And next, moving to the more input fields. In this program, I'm going to covering 5 input fields at a time, sir. Previously, we are discussing every program one input field only. But in this program, I'm going to covering the 5 input fields. Reasons are that like as previously, that much of explanations not required coming fields. All are chota fields, the small components. So what are those, sir? One is the email. Second one is the URL control. Third one is the date control. Fourth one is the time control. And the next one is the date and time fields. These 5 are the simple controls and the very small components, sir. Much more explanations, no need and not available. That's all. Then only the 5 things I'm trying to cover in the same program. So form tag continues just for field purpose. And bottom submit button also I'm going to placing. First one, we are going to focusing on email. So what is the email, sir? It is also one of the input element. Like as text box, password, number, email is also one of the input element. But it is accepts only email IDs. In that box, you are able to type only email ID. That's all. In that box, we can't use any for other purpose. Single purpose and simple sentence. So I'm taking a small label here. Enter mail ID. The label close. Next input to type equals to email. That's all. Rest of attributes based on your requirement, your interest, you can use it. And just for formality, I'm using the ID, sir. EM, email ID, shortcut, name equals to EM. That's it. Input to type equals to email. So now this box allows to type only email IDs. By chance, other than email ID, if I type it, sir, what happens? Nothing else. Yesterday we got some errors somewhere. A same type of errors displaying browser. It's not a valid email ID. It's not an email ID. And clearly error message displaying. The number box and we got errors. Remember? When you are giving the value out of the range. Sir and madams, try to give the response. You will get the better knowledge and better explanations. This much of bad responses is impacting to future explanations. Underline that one. Why you came to class? Sitting lazy la? Mampulla guchadang gochara class ki. Why you came to class? Black shirt person, why you came to class? Learning subject. 10% also I'm not getting that feel. Lazily sitting. Sitting. Today I asked 5 to 6 questions, right? How many you answered? One also not answered. But that is laziness or not? Like that, so many is there. If you want to do like that, I will change my style, sir. 5 days HTML completing, 10 days JavaScript also completing. Your interest. Everything in my hand. Hey, I'm not skipping anything. All are explaining, but way of explanation going to change. So be active and try to respond. Tough questions I'm asking. IAS, IPS questions asking. No, what is that to? What is this? What is that to? What is this? So basically, you are not interested to answer. That is. If I also follows the same thing, sir, your interest. Choice is yours. Next time, no chance, no suggestions, sir. Direct implementations only. Be careful. Somebody only responding. Somebody I don't want. I need at least half of. Somebody only responding at the sit the somebody only in the classroom, balance all our waste kada. Your time waste, my time waste. Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, no, we created number boxes. When you are giving the wrong numbers, we have the error messages also. And that error messages, first row students, they pronounced also that one, they read that message also. That message created by the browser only. And 2 days back, mandatory fields, there also we got the error message. When you are not typing the data in the text boxes and if you are clicking on the submit button, sir, 100% it's showing the error message. Now also, except the email ID or other than email ID, if you type anything, error is comes. Go and check it once. I'm executing this program. Enter the email ID. I'm typing like this. It's not email ID. Even it's not okay. I'll type the some name here. Is it email ID, yes, sir? No, it's not email ID. It's just a username only. My name, it's not email ID. Username different to email ID different, sir. Don't mix up the both things. But so many public and you also feeling username is email ID means username. No, 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 no. Lot of difference available. So now try to click on the submit, sir. You'll get an error. See that one. The browser checking, is it email ID format available or not? If it is email ID, what, sir? @ compulsory. @ symbol is mandatory. And end of that one, com is all, dot is also common. Comma, codot in a .NET org or something. But dot symbol is required. So without dot symbol, it's not considered as a email ID. Now it is taking as email ID, click it, submit, it hand over the data. If I miss this @ symbol again, sir, error is comes. Inbuilt validation of the browser. Browser's internal validations. How the browser knows, sir, we have to validate it and not, sir. That only we are writing this one. A type we are specifying, that is the reason. When I'm writing the here type, sir, browser checking, you are typing the numbers are not. If you type the numbers, it's displaying. If you type other than numbers, it's not going to displaying. The background checking is going on while typing of the data. And when you write the password, sir, while typing of the data, your all data converting into dot dot. The background coding is going on again. So browser doing some functionalities with inbuilt instructions. If you need more than that anything, write your own JavaScript. If you are expecting more than that, sir, write your own coding in JavaScript. So this is email ID, sir, except that there is no information about that one. It is also one text box, but allows only email IDs, except that no information about that. The next one, URL, sir. Next one is URL. Second component I'm explaining, URL. So first a small confirmation message, enter URL. Still we are in input tag only, tag not changed, just input element changed. So type equals to URL. What happens, sir? It is also creating one text box. Same, you just got one box, no? Same style, one more box is comes. Another same box, one more. But this box accepting only URL zone. URL means, sir, http://www.abc.com. This is called as the URL. If HTTP protocol required, server name required, domain name required, and type of domain is also required. If anything is missing in this one, sir, that not becomes as a URL. Browser checking that all the four parts available or not. Available, accepting, sir, not available, as usual, you will get the error message. So this box is specialized to type only URLs. If you type other than URL, error comes. So what is the ID, sir? URL only. Name, sir? URL only. Sir, all you are using same names, sir. No problem. My type of component URL, my ID is URL, my name is URL. Browser doesn't have any problem. Right. This is to try to type in the second box. I'm giving some numbers, sir. Submit URL. When I'm giving some names or my name only, or google.com. It's a website name. Google.com is a website name, but it's not URL. URL different, well, again, website name is different. Apartment name is different, apartment address is different. You just mentioned a small piece of the address. So still you will get the error. So 4 parts compulsory: protocol, server name, website name, com. In these 4, if anything is missing, error is comes generally. So go to here, http://www.google.com. Now submit, sir. We are not getting any error. Successfully submitted because it's a valid URL format. Suppose HTTP I'm missing, sir. www I typed, sir. This also not becomes as URL. This is also part of the URL, but not the full URL. Still error generates. The starting days of our batch, we discussed this point, but you remember or not, I don't know. What is URL? Parts of the URL, 4 parts I explained, sir. Our demo sessions time. When you explained, sir. Reliance Fresh building, first floor, room number 2. So this is another small control. Next, one more control, date. So label, enter date. So input type equals to date. This is control creation. What happens, sir? One date dep box is created. It's look like as text box, sir, but internally predefined format available. Reasons are dates typing in our own style is not allowed. Every system dates one fixed format available. The format already designed inside the box. Ready-made format available. It is suggesting also how to type the date. dd-mm-yy or yy-dd-mm, a format to date controller displaying to us. What are the format it displayed in the same style, we have to type it. So what is the purpose of this one, sir? This input control accepts to type or to select the dates. Other than date, it not accepting anything. Dates only. At the date also, which format, sir? Browser default format on. That is this taking based on the system settings. We have the system settings here, sir. Date and time settings here. As per the system date and time settings, it is designing the component. Which format available in your system, the same format this control is going to creating. And how much date it is supporting, sir, or how many years it is supporting, sir? Your interest, sir. First year, year number 1. No, this is year number 2022. I'm talking about the year number 1. No, the 000 year to 9,999 years calendar it is supporting. Between these, any year we can select. Really, calendar is creating a, sir. Yes, sir. Input to type equals to date. It's creating a calendar. And how is a calendar available in our mobile calendar? And the calendar creating ready-madely. You're just going to selecting the date. That's all. And a format also available. Observed a predefined format only. Now type the date. YYY format. So 25. Month, sorry. 10th month, 25, 2020. We can type the date. That is I'm showing. Typing not interested, sir. Okay. Last one small icon is there now here. Calendar icon. Click on that, sir. Neatly designed one calendar is opens. Ready-made, not my own talent. Don't feel like that. Shivakumar designed this one. I don't have that much of a ready-made calendar, sir. But already September month 28 available. But what about the balance, sir? At top we have the up arrow, down arrow. Na? When you click on that up arrow, down arrow, months changing. Down arrow moving to the next month. October, November, December. Year close. Celebrations, December 31st night. Parties, cake cuttings. Not me, you. I don't have any license for that one, sir. Home Minister, no permission, sir. No chance. So this is moving the forward and this is the moving backward. The month wise. But I want to move 20 years back, sir, 30 years back, sir. Don't use the arrow keys, sir. Because 20 years, if you want to move into 20 into 12, 240 times, you have to click like this. So mouse button also getting problem. Huh? That's a year number available here. Just click on that year number. Years are going to highlighting. At the bottom, your forward years available. See that one. If you just click and hold it, sir, 9,000 year also it will comes. Just click and hold it, 9,000 year it will come. So recently we used spinner concept, na? Numbers, same style and so already 2,349 years. And your next third generation also, your grandchild also comes. Your grandchild, your child currently, your grandchild also comes. Me aite enjoying with Ramba. So this is forward years and this is the backward years. This is the backward years, sir. Up to 1,000 we can travel. 1,000 in the sense 3 zeros to 1. 1863 June 10th. So 10th June 1863. Selected, no problem. This is the date control, sir. Ready-made control. But now what is my requirement, sir? 9,000 years required, sir, for us? No need. So we need most to 100 years to 200 years more enough. But is there any possibility to set the limits, sir? Yes, our number box, lower bound, upper bound, remember? Properties names, attributes names. To set the limit for number box, we use some attributes. What are the names? Min and max. Use the same attributes again. Minimum date, maximum date. Same attributes. So for setting the limits, I'm creating one more date control, sir, just for an idea purpose. So one more date. I'm asking here date of birth or date of marriage or date of breakup or date of death, whatever it may be. So select the date of birth. It's student application form or college admission application form or PAN card application form. Date of birth generally 100 to 120 years. That's all. More than that, no chance at all. So once again, input type date, ID equals to DOB, date of birth, name equals to DOB, date of birth, and limits, sir. Use the recent attributes min and max. So set your minimum date here and set your maximum date here. Remember, sir, when you are setting your minimum and maximum dates, order we have to follow specific format. Which format, sir? YYYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. This is compulsory. When you want to assign your own date or when you want to set the minimum and maximum dates, in the sense, if you are typing the date in program, the date order must be like this. If you are not followed, that not considered as a date. Simple thing. It's a mandatory, sir. System predefined format. So 4-wise, 2M, 2D. 4-wise in the sense half year or full year? Yes, full year. Minimum date, I want to accept from the 1960. Okay, it is student form, sir. Student application form with 1990. Because in 1999 already 32 years. 32 years after student. Okay, 30 plus years I'm expecting. And month, sir, January 1st. 1st January 1990 is the starting year. And what about the ending year, sir? 2022 to today month 9 కదా 09/28 up to till today, including today also it is accepting, no problem. How sir? But morning afternoon attending the HTML batch. Future generation like that only. But now you are learning HTML Java at the age of 20 after, right? Everybody 20 plus are 20, right? You are learning 20 years crossing after C Java HTML. But current days students, they're learning at the school stage only. Next day in pre-primary only, next generation. Next generation, just morning birth, evening joining in the institute. After that next generation, internally only. Lopale. Correct, sir? My generation, so the C Java something after 25 years to 26 years, we learn in my generation. I learned these courses all are at the age of my 29 years, and I think approximately 29, around 30 years time, I learned these all courses. Late, you are little bit faster. But my kids are available. My kids, they have the knowledge of this one at the 7th standard only. My daughter already they knows the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. She's now studying the 8th standard. So this year she is going to learning the Python. Generation gaps. I'm 29, you are 20 plus. My daughter 7th standard, 6th standard. That is the thing. Syllabus is changing, sir. School syllabuses are going to changing. Attracting of the parents, public, school managements, what they are doing, sir. And these special type of things are including along with the regular curriculum. Maths, physics, English, social, and everybody is saying, what is your school special? And parent asking. Parent mentality also like that only. What is your school special? After school principal taking this chat. See that we are learning in C language in 5th standard. Data structures in 6th standard, and your list is said. Abba. And nowadays, mostly we are interested software, you know. So current days school syllabus available like that. So 7th standard web technologies, 8th standard demo Python available. Next year Java available, sir. 10th standard demo project they are going to doing. At school syllabus matter. So imagine my generation to your generations to my kids' generation, how much difference is there? And upcoming 2 generations, confirm inside. If they're not going to learning, for that injections also comes. HTML injection, core Java injection, Oracle injection, for getting better growth. Now we are taking, we have some health problems, or height problem, weight problem. We are taking some medicines. At that time injections are comes. See that this is our imagination expectation. When you are coming to your old age, these all words you are going to playing at least once. See that you are facing situation. So these are the minimum date and this is the maximum date, sir. And go and check it's working or not. Click on the second date button. Yes, it's working. Observe not 2930 color disabled. 2930 disabled in the green. This color different, this color different, because it's unable to select it. This is selecting. That the date's not allowed, it's not highlighted. Down button also disabled. Observe that one. Down arrow button also. Up arrow button moving, sir. Years also support. When I move scroll down, sir, years not changing. Move to scroll up, moving up to 1990. So date working perfectly. We have the small problem here, sir. But today this OK program. If I run tomorrow this program, what is the maximum date? Today's date only, not tomorrow's date. Because we clearly giving the 28 here. But while running off this program, this 28 you have to change to 29. Without changing is not possible, sir. Without changing, if you want to update the date automatically, a simple JavaScript step is required. Coding part required. And that is the, like as COVID vaccine, HTML vaccine, C vaccine, Java vaccines. So date concept, that one, sir. Next, time, label, enter time, input to type equals to time. So what happens there? Like as date, it is accepting only time. Hours, minutes, we can select it. The time control allows to set the time. Clock settings are, that's all. Your point of view, clock setting, hours and minutes. AM or PM, sir. It supports both AM PM. It depends upon your system clock. Right now, my clock available in 12 hours format. So my HTML output also comes in 12 hours format. My system clock available in 24 hours format, sir. HTML output also comes in 24 hours format. My clock observed here, PM displaying a 3:19 PM, 12 hours clock. So web page also designs with the 12 hours format only. ID equals to T, name equals to T. So test this one. This control allows to select the time. That's all. Typing not allowed. A format available, sir. If I type the names, what happens, sir? Names typing not allowed because format already designed. Yeah. This is clock format. What is this dashes, sir? They fill in the blanks. Hours, minutes, AM, PM. Here we can type the hours, sir. 10 hours, 50 minutes, AM or PM. So 10:50 PM. I don't want to type it, sir. No problem, sir. A clock, wall clock symbol available. Just click on that one. Your timer is comes. You can just scroll like this. So 11 hours, 4 minutes AM. That's all. Selection time. So this is date and this is time. Next one, fifth one, sir. Nothing special. Observe the fifth one name, sir. Date, time. So date we worked individually, time we worked individually. Now these two I'm going to combining. Both boxes comes inside the same. Combination of the date and time, nothing special. So label, enter date and time. So label close. Input type equals to date to time hyphen local. Create the date and time combination control with local settings. Local settings in the sense as per my system settings. So ID is DT, date and time, name also DT, and close the tag break. This is the fifth component. Which interviews you are attending, I don't know that one. Which job you are trying also, I don't know that one. Now check it, sir. Box shape observe first, you will get the clarity. Half of previous box, half of before that one. A two boxes combination is this. Now when I click it, sir, both is comes like this. One side calendar available, one side clock available. So you can select your interested date and time like this. So September 1st, 4:23 AM. Now click again, sir. But we have clear option, observe, sir. This is reset button. The clear option is available, sir, here. When I click on this one, sir, that all values are cleared. Internal reset button, that one. So these are the small components, sir. In all these 5 components, little bit mostly used is date. Time very less scenarios we are using. URLs less than 20% we are using, sir. Email IDs, okay, something better. Some situations. Compared to email ID, date mostly used. Date of journey, date of return journey, date of birth, date of admission, date of passed out, date of transaction, date of purchase, date of delivery, delivery into product delivery. Amazon, Flipkart, so our delivery. So date is mostly we are using, sir. Rest of things, some cases only we are using. And the next one is the form tag. Last 4-5 examples onwards, we are using form tag, but clear details we don't know, sir. So I'm going to explaining the form tag. And a small gap for input tag. Total how many? 4 plus 3 plus 5. 4 plus 3 plus 5. 12 components are completed, I think. We have to discuss approximately 14 to 15 items. In that 12 items are completed. Small break for the input tag. Then we'll go for the form tag. After explanation of the form tag, I'll come back to the input and finish the balance components. So last 4 examples onwards, I'm using this form. What is this form, sir? Why we have to write this form tag, sir? Especially server side operations, a form tag is useful. I'm not performing any server side operations, sir. I'm not performing any requesting and responding operations, sir. Generally, we don't need the form tag. Form tag is not for designing purpose. It is communicating with the servers only. So static web pages say this form tag not available, sir. Static web pages, we don't have any form tag. When you are developing the dynamic web applications, every dynamic application form tag is compulsory. How much importance the form tags are? This form tag is calling your server side program, sir. When it is calling, sir, whenever you click on the submit button, this form tag is calling your corresponding program. Or which program they have to call, how they know, sir? That information we are providing in attributes. That information we are providing in the attributes. Here attributes are comes some attributes. That attributes. See that whenever I click on this submit button, this button, immediately it will pass the call to this form tag. Form tag identifying your server program. What is the name of the program, where it is available, which server it is available. Details are identifying with the support of attributes. And then it is delivering the data to the server. So your data collecting, hand out to the server, form tag responsibility. When the form tag doing these activities are, whenever you click on the button. So yesterday onwards, I'm saying the button is the wake up call only. Then total operations are performed by the form tag only. But how the form tag they know, sir, which server, what is the location or something, sir. For that, we are using the action attribute. For that, we are using the action attribute. So here we'll get one action attribute. That action attribute we are going to use. Now see the complete information. It's just awareness, a short information. Heading changing, sir. Form, it's a one of the HTML tag. So what is the purpose of this form, sir? Answer, very silly answer, sir. I already said the answer silly answer. You know? So what is the purpose of the form tags, sir? Form tags are used to create HTML forms. Sir, answer you said the question repeated again, sir. Your question answer also. Here question is becomes as a answer. One extra word is comes, that extra word is the HTML. So it's really fact, sir. You are believing or not? It's not a joke, serious only. Form tag used to create the HTML forms. What is HTML form, sir? Then we'll get the more information. A HTML form is a collection of input elements. Collection of input elements. Form tag used for creating of HTML form. HTML form internally we have the input elements. That is we are doing in the last 5 examples. One form tag I'm writing formality inside buttons or text boxes, all these things. Input elements, sir, any type of element. The username, a password, a date of birth, a gender, a nationality, a resume, KYC form, your photo, whatever it may be. All these are the input elements only. Any type of input element. Just design the number of input elements and combine it, sir. It becomes as a one form. Next one, in our real life, application forms available. College admission application form, exams application form, PAN card application form, bank account opening application form. Those application forms in our program is called as HTML forms. Real life, for applying of anything, papers you are using, that paper is called as the application form. Every paper application form, digitalization is called as the HTML forms. But application form inside what we have generally? Data. The data is nothing but an input fields only. That is field only. Somewhere at the top of the application form, we have clear heading. Please fill this field with black ink only. Please fill this with black letters only. Never observed, huh? Especially your college admission forms and government application forms. If you write the small letters, sir, rejecting application form. If you use the different colors ink, sir, flying in the air, application form. Rules. So an application form is equals to real life. This is one HTML form equivalents to one application form in real life. But in real life, application form contains the multiple pages, sir. Page 1, page 2, page 3, sir. Yes, sir. Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, I explained the hidden fields concept. You remember? I got a page 1, no? Some details we are filling in the page 1. Next, page 2 opens. In page 2, again, some details we are going to fill in. Hidden fields explanation, session management explanation. There are a number of pages available, see the number of forms. All details we are not giving in same. If you want to book the train ticket, if you want to apply the naukri.com or monstery.com, your data should be filled in the 2 to 3 pages compulsory. Now, real life, page 1, page 2, page 3. Here also form 1, form 2, form 3. Same thing, just pronunciational changes. Next, what is the responsibility of this form tags, sir? What is the purpose of this form tag, sir? So form, it collects the data. It collects, not collection, sir. It collects the data from user and submitting to server. Form tag or HTML form, it collects the data or information from the user and handovers to the server. When time, whenever you click on the submit button. So the clarity required right here, sir. Whenever user click on submit button, that is either image button or submit button, whatever it may be, sir. So this is the actual responsibility of the form tag, sir. It collects the input values from the user and handovering the data to the specified server. When it is performing this task, sir, and whenever the user click on the submit button, this is the working timing, and this is the definition, and this is equivalence to our real life operations. And how many form tag forms we can create in HTML page, sir? We can create multiple HTML forms, sir. Every form equivalents to one page, and I already said, sir, just your application form contains the two pages, page one and page two. For page one form tag, for page two, one form tag. Two forms we can create it. How, sir? How are you? Now, how many forms? Two forms. That's all. This is example number 50, sir. Half century. Half century. So example number 50. At this stage, can I repeat the tag, sir? Can I use the two times the tag, sir? These doubts not correct. At example number 2, example number 5 correct. But example number 50 not correct. Reason another I think 60, 62 examples. When you reach the 60 to 62 examples, HTML over. Still you are going to thinking, can I repeat this tag? Can I use this tag? And how much we are in the backward? Think once. Reasons are not practicing properly. The reason that only. So I'm writing a small sentence related to that one, sir. A web page can have multiple forms. Web page can have multiple forms. There is no problem. But body tag is only one, sir. We can't repeat the body tag. Head is one, no? Body is also one only. But head, if you have the more than one, sir, you becomes as a Ravanasada. Bodies, if you have more than one, sir, you becomes as a Kumbhakarna. So only one head, only one body only. Rest of parts your interest. Eyes 2 available, fingers 20 available, hearts 1. Boys అయితే more than one available. Distributing that. You have one seriously. These అయితే partiality no, that is a fact. On a system hard disk available, you know, na madams. You are doing partitions, C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive. Boys doing the same thing only. A hard partitioning is doing by using the Windows virus. C partition, D partition, E partition. Different places. House one, college one, school one, Naresh IT one. Well, partiality. So minimum 2 partitions available in the hard disk here. Boys, I think. Guarantee. Don't believe. So better use the firewall protection. So web page can have the multiple forms there, but only one body. But only one body. Head is one, body is one, but you can maintain any number of forms to 100%. Some websites you observed that already left side sign up form available, right side sign in form is available. The one side of account creation form available. Another side is login form available. A login is a one form. Sign up is also one form. Two forms available in the same page, but the page contains heads only one and body is also only one only. And the next one, what is the nature of this form tags are? It is a paired tag and block level tag. It is paired and block level tag. And this is the syntax. Form, some attributes are comes compulsory. And inside the form, UI designing, user interface designing required. No, the UI designing, text boxes creation, password, check boxes, buttons, etc., etc. After completion of your UI designing, form is closed. So every form tag inside minimum one input element required, sir. Minimum one input element. Without input elements, if you design the form tag, it's a waste. Program typing time waste, execution memory waste. Minimum one input tag compulsory. So this is the form tag information. And it is outline of the form tag. Just form open, UI designing pending, sir. Last button available and form tag is closed. Form tag is visible to our eyes, sir. No, sir. Form never visible to our eyes. A last example also form tag available. Where is? No. Labels visible, buttons visible, date is visible, time is visible. Form is not going to appearing. Reasons are, form it works like as a container. Reason, second sentence I said it's a collection of input fields. Similar to your division tag activity. Similar to your division tag activity. It's just grouping all these input controls and placing as a one box. The box is called as the form. If I want to see the form tags are CSS settings required. Apply the background color, apply the height and apply the width. Now same as to your division box, form is also appearing. But without the special settings, it's never appears. Where is here form tags are? I'll just draw the box, observe that one. So this is your form tag. The total web page, sir. A white color hole is the web page. In that web page, form is the one part. Now run this program. Only button is visible to you. Just a single button is appearing on the web page. Form tag is there, sir. Yes, we have form tag. If you want to see the form tag lively, go to the inspect option. This is form tag, a blue color box. And a form tag name also displaying in the purple color, see that. So it's working just like as a layer, container layer. Next one, form tag attributes, sir. First attribute ID. Generally, when you are working with the form tag, ID attribute also required, sir. Because these form tags mostly we use it in the JavaScript also. Why, sir? Validations. While submitting data to server, you have to check the data or not. Data user given or not, are given data available in the proper format or not. Is there any checking required or not required? Required. If you want to do the checking operations, the form tag support required for us. So JavaScript, we are implementing on the form tag, checking the password available properly or not. Suppose your password should contain, we are creating an account, sir, suppose, new account creation. It's asking enter first name, last name, email ID and set the password. Set the password. I just typed the Shivakumar, accepted. Nowadays, no website is accepting the Shivakumar as a password because all are alphabets only. So you want to set the password, one lower, one upper, one digit, one special character, and minimum 8 characters. After checking off all these things, then you will get the awareness. So password valid. Then hand out to the server. So who is checking this password available, like capital letters or small letters or digits are 8 characters available or not, sir? Your JavaScript is going to checking that one. Not your Java, not your .NET. JavaScript responsibility is that one. So JavaScript, they want to check the password correctly available or not, phone number 10 digits available or not, starting digit 9 available or not. These all called as the validations should be performed in the JavaScript on form tag, because data available inside the form tag. So we have to write all these things. So ID compulsory for forms. Name your interest, which name you want to set it. And the next one is a very, very, very important attribute in the form tag is action. What is this action, sir? Action represents the next program address. An anchor tag, remember, href we have na. Href inside what we have to type? Next program URL. But when you click on this one, we want to open some page. A page address we are typing here, right? Like that, when I click on this submit button, they should call one program. A program URL you have to write. So suppose this page is a source because you are working here. When I click on this button, background, it is calling some another program. If it is source, that program automatically destination. If it is caller, that program is automatically called. Caller called. One caller program, one called program. The programming terminology. Caller function, called function. Caller method, called method. While working with our Java C, we are learning these points. Caller function available, called function available. Okay, caller, called, leave it. Source to destination, general English words only. So my HTML page is the source, my destination server. A server program address we have to write here. In real-time environment, how we are writing the address, sir? We know already that, sir, 2 times I already explained. Images topic and anchor tag topic. Local system address, how we are writing. Live applications, how we are writing addresses. We already discussed it 2 times. So live systems like this, http://websitename.com/something folder name is comes generally. And all programs we are saving in one folder, a folder name is comes /name of the program. That is the URL of my program. So when this test.jsp program is responding, sir, when you press the submit button. So whenever I press this submit button, form tag collecting all the values here, and that all values are handovers to this program. Live applications addresses should be written like this. And when our practicing our programs, what happens, sir? Instead of this long address, we are simply writing like this. Daily we are doing same thing when displaying of the images. Complete address we are not writing now, just images/a.image, images/b. But images folder where it is? In HTML 2pm. HTML 2pm folder where it is? In E partition. That address we are not writing. Shortcuts. Live application shortcuts not acceptable. Clear information required. So action attribute contains the URL of the next program. Action attribute contains the URL of to whom you want to submit the data or to whom you want to hand over the data. Postal addresses, 2 addresses from address available is not available. The postal address and madam, the reaction this one on madam. Couriers, postals from address available, to address available, right? From address means from where you are receiving. To address means to whom you want to send that one. Your HTML form from this test.jsp is to address. I am sending to that person. So I am the from and test.jsp is the to. This is address typing that is must be typed in the action attribute. Okay, balance things we'll see in tomorrow's session. Thank you all.
they are asking us if we and OTP is then that's automatically you need to click on submit or I can see some websites they ask us such a post connect them to another. That's OTP is given, they appears in a red box, and if that's correct, then they go to another page.
ఫార్మాట్లలో కూడా ఉంటుంది అంటే డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్ మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకునేది అలా సీక్వెన్స్ గా చూపిస్తారు కదా అంటే మనమే క్యాలెండర్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి దానికి ట్యాగ్స్ ఫాంట్ సైజ్ ప్లస్ ఫాంట్ సైజ్ Thursday.